Hey, welcome to another episode of The Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dole would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment. So if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. Any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. My name is Robert Brown with The Rob Report. Let's get into it. Well, good day, good day, good day. Welcome to another episode of The Rob Report. I'm your host, Bob TV. How you doing today? Now, I got set times where I'm going to do the Rob Report, and that's going to be on Wednesdays at 11, Wednesdays at 10, and Sundays at 10. Wednesdays at 10 and Sundays at 10. But sporadically, I can't wait. I got to talk about something. I get bored, man. So I got to talk about something. So before we do anything, we got some housekeeping to do real quick. Want you, if you want to support the stream, you can always use the Cash App at Bob TV. I prefer PayPal.me/Bob TV NYC. We are trying to raise money to get the new Shure MV7, whatever it's called. That microphone is off the chain. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me bring myself up here. Don't get me wrong. This Rode Mini is a beautiful microphone. I love this microphone. It is awesome. And it's good for recording, podcasts, and everything. This microphone is awesome. Don't get me wrong. The problem is I can't control the volume from here. I have to control the volume from the computer. I don't want to try to control the volume on the computer. I want to be able to hear myself and monitor myself and control the volume and of the headphones and the volume of the music or the volume or whatever from here. Kind of like a Blue Yeti. Now, I got a Blue Yeti that my main man from the beginning, from the jump start, great supporter out of Canada, Vegematic, he gave me a Blue Yeti, but I'm having issues with the headphones. A headphone shortage. So I can't hear out of it. It still worked great, but I can't hear. And I want a mic where I can hear. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have never gave up that Blue Yeti. I don't care how big it looked. I would have never gave it up. And I don't want to try to raise money to get the old school Shure like most radio hosts or podcasters have. And it's kind of expensive, number one. And I want something I can carry with me everywhere I go, because the Shure microphone can be hooked up XLR and it could be hooked up USB. So I can take it anywhere I want to go. Along with this one, I can take it anywhere I want to go. But like I said, I can hear myself, but I can't control the volume gain and things like that, just in case I'm clipping them too loud. The only thing I have up here is the monitor to let me know whether I'm in the red or not. And sometimes, well, that's it. I don't want to talk about that. So I'm going to be trying to get that microphone. And if you want to participate, by all means, a donation would be very generous. Now, look, we're in a pandemic. Some of us ain't got no jobs. Some of us freelancing. Some of us selling oranges on the corner. Some of us on that stripper pole. So some of us doing some everything. Some of us out there tricking on the block to get that money. I get it. Hey, look, sex workers, do your thing. If that's what you feel you got to do, as long as it's not illegal, you do what you feel you got to do. Might give you a phone call. No, I'm just kidding. Nah. Look, let me stop. I'm just playing. Look, I'm always joking around. Don't take me serious. I got somebody that would cut my head off if I did something like that. But nevertheless, we're going to get into today's topic. And I want to get straight to talk about this. Joe Biden is in his first 24 hours, over 24 hours now. He's in day 2 of his presidency. Day 2 of his presidency. And already, before the man can get even good to cop a seat in the Oval Office, this happens right here. That's right. Representative Marjorie Greene files article of impeachment not against Trump, but against Biden. Not against Trump, but against Biden. Oh. I don't know what to do here in America, man. We got some real petty people here. Petty. You got the Trump crowd that's petty. You got the Democrat Biden crowd that's petty. Everybody petty. I'm petty because I don't like neither one of you petty people because you're petty. But you got somebody already. The man couldn't even sit his butt down. This got to be unheard of. Now, it ain't going to go nowhere. It's going to die right in the House. The only way it's going to get some kind of teeth or legs is if it passes the House in 2022. Because as of right now, that thing ain't going to make it. It's not even going to make it at all to Nancy Pelosi's desk. Impeaching Trump. I mean, I'm so used to y'all impeaching Trump. Y'all impeached him twice that I can't even see impeach Biden. But this lady's trying to impeach Biden. I'm going to go through the story real quick. It says this. Representative Greene of Georgia, a Republican, said Thursday that she has filed articles of impeachment against President Biden only a day after he was sworn into office. Oh, boy. The text of Greene article of impeachment specified impeachable offense committed by Biden was not immediately available. In other words, you trying to impeach Biden for, if you want to impeach somebody, and this is what I said about Trump. Get him on something that y'all can impeach him on. Don't come with no foolishness where you don't have no solid evidence, where you got somebody going to shout you down every time you holler or try to use whatever little evidence that you got. Get some real stuff. Now, Marjorie Greene ain't got nothing on Joe Biden. Now, she can get some stuff on Joe Biden, but she definitely can't get him on stuff he did as president because he ain't even warmed the seat up. Heck, he haven't even finished moving his furniture in. The crime or whatever he did is not immediately available. But Greene indicated that the article accused Biden of abusing his power while serving as vice president by allowing his son, Hunter, to serve on a board of Ukraine Energy Company. Now, we've been through this story before. We all know the story. It is true. Joe Biden's son is, there's evidence that he's a dopey. He's still a dopey. He's a philanderer. I was just calling it what it is. He's a slut. He loved his women. He left his wife and got caught on Ashley Madison cheating with 1, 2, 3 women, sometime at the same time, sometime one time while he's married. Now, what you do as a single man is your business, but you married. Now, if your wife say it's okay and y'all got that kind of relationship, that's a different story. But you got kids with this wife. What do they think? Heck, when his brother died, he started betrothed trying to get with his wife. He actually became an item. Joe Biden actually approved of the relationship and approved of going forward until it was time for him to run for office. Then they had the ixnay on the relation name. I don't know if I said that right. And stop that, kill that, man. I'm about to run for president. I don't need that stuff. And stay away from me for now. I love you, son, but you on that booger sugar, man. You got to stay away. I'm trying to run for office. All this stuff is true. All this stuff is documented evidence. Got kicked out of the military because of drugs. Didn't have nothing to do. So because of Joe Biden's popularity and because people want to get in with the vice president, get favors with the vice president, what better favor to get in closely than have a middleman, the vice president's very own son? We're going to give you a fee of $50,000 a month. That's right. They paid the man $50,000 a month to sit on the board. Now look, all politicians do it when they get out of office. They sit on some freaking board. Right now, John Boehner sits on marijuana legislation company board. All of them do it. They do it in from the state to the national level. Once I'm out of office, not only will I get paid for life from the government, but I can pay like I'm living life from more than one, two, three companies. And some of these people got 3 boards that they on, and they're getting 3 times $50,000 a month, $150,000 a month, just to come in for a meeting once every 90 days or once every quarter. After the meeting, let's go party. But is it impeachable? What is the crime? Favoritism, nepotism? Maybe. Then you got to impeach Trump on that too. Because he sure had his daughter and his son-in-law, running the White House with him. Favoritism, nepotism. Biden abuse of power while serving vice president. You got to prove that he told them, give my son a job. Now, if they said, we're going to give his son a job, and he didn't tell you that, he didn't mention that, if Biden didn't apply the political pressure on a Ukrainian oil company to give his son a job, why in the heaven and hell are you trying to impeach him on that? And guys, all this mamby-pamby impeachment here, impeachment there, impeachment on your mama house, impeachment everywhere, all this stuff is, you're impeaching stuff for foolishness. The word impeachment is nothing no more. Ever since Bill Clinton got impeached and they let him stay in office, it's nothing. Why did they let him stay in office? Because Newt Gingrich them need some deals. And got him. The reason they didn't do whatever they can to get rid of Trump is because the Republicans in the Senate needed some deals from Trump. They know they weren't going to get it from nobody else. They sure weren't going to get it from Mike Pence. So, of course, they're not going to convict him of the impeachment. He was impeached twice. Convicting him? Now, they may do it now. But, man, this stuff is foolishness. She's trying to impeach Joe Biden, have no evidence that Joe Biden put any kind of pressure to cause that man. If that man want to get his dope-head son a job, and look, I'm not for favoritism. The man don't need to be working in a company, on a board, and he don't know what the heaven or hell he doing. You trying to impeach? You sat there and waste your lily billy belly behind writing a letter trying to impeach Joe Biden because his son got a job on a Ukrainian board. Yeah, it's fishy. Yeah, I hate it. Should have picked me. I probably would do the job better. $50,000 a month. All he have to do is show up for quarterly meetings. Say his piece and I'm out. Where's my booger sugar? And where's my holes? Because I'm about to have some fun. It's over with. I'll see y'all in the next 90 days. Just make sure my 150 is the mail. Guys, the part that I have that's wrong with this whole thing is if you can prove that Biden used political pressure to get the Ukrainian guy fired because it may because his son may get convicted, may get caught up in the crime, that's something different. If you're writing an article impeachment because you feel like he abused his power in that particular situation of getting a Ukraine prosecutor fired to stop the government from leading to his son, a daddy got to do what a daddy got to do. That's something you can convict him on. That's something you can impeach him on. But just because he got a job working for a Ukrainian company, how you going to prove that he muscled this guy into hiring his son? They probably was happy. I know I would. Playing devil's advocate. I know if I had a oil company and I'm trying to get some of my oil to the Americans so I can get some of that sweet, sweet American USA, proud to be an American dollar, I'll look, man, you want a job? I'll hire your dad, but he got a job. You want a job? I heard you was unemployment. Lord, I heard your wife is taking you to court trying to get some dollars out of you. I heard you owe back child support and back spousal support because you snorted up and hoarded up. I heard you owe that. Don't worry about it, man. You go continue to do your snoring up and whoring up. I'll make sure your wife will get your $150,000 a year check just to get off your back. Even if they did it that way, that is not a freaking crime. Now, pressuring a prosecutor, threatening to catch him threatening to fire him because what he may be investigating may lead to his son, a daddy got to do what a daddy got to do. Family first is wrong, but I get it. Impeach him on that. Take it to him. I would say the same thing with Trump and his boys. If it was the same thing with Trump and his boys, impeach the, as John Paul said, impeach this mother. Now look, have y'all ever heard me use the MF word? Because somebody just told me I cuss on, let's use the MF word. I don't use the MF word. So, anyway, let's keep going. President Joe Biden is unfit to hold the office of the presidency. His pattern of abuse of power of President Obama's vice president is lengthy and disturbing. President Biden has demonstrated that he would do whatever it takes to bail out his son. Of course, it's his son. You love your son. You got to understand, Biden lost children. So the children he got, he going to do whatever he can to cover up for them. Even when it's in his face that the dope heads, both him and the daughter selling dope, got caught for selling dope, got on videotape. Even in the midst of all that, going to rehab and all that kind of stuff, cheating on his wife and all that kind of stuff, abandoning the kids. Even in that, Joe is going to try to take care of his boy. That's unconditional love. Sometimes unconditional love may not look right to the average person, but Joe loved his son. What do you expect him to do? Now, if he violated the law in protecting his son, that's something different. But she's going to say he's unfit to hold the office of presidency. Yeah, I would say unfit because dude is old as crap. He's only going to do 2 years. He's probably going to step down and get the other 2 years to Kamala to get her a running head start to rerun in 2024. He's going to do a little LBJ thing after Kenny got killed. But nothing like that has to happen. He's just an older guy. And as a result of that, they're going to set her up for 2024, which is going to be a disastrous campaign. She ain't got the juice. And what's going to happen is Donald Trump Jr. is going to run, and you're going to have another Trump in the White House. Lord God, help me so. President Biden has demonstrated that he would do whatever it takes to bail out his son, Hunter, and line his family pockets with cash from corrupt foreign energy companies, Greene said in his statement. And so do most of you guys do too. Y'all guys be looking for jobs for your family member, James Clyburn. His daughter sits on I don't know how many boards. And I kissed Joe Biden's behind, and I ruined the black community by just telling them to vote for Joe without anything in exchange. Why? Because I want my daughter to have a couple jobs. A father or a mother going to do what they feel like they got to do. Make sure their children is all right and love them unconditionally, even when it's harmful to them. Now, if you could prove a case that he committed a crime, impeach him. But willing to bail out your son is not a crime. Now, threaten to use your power or keep funds from the people of Ukraine, that's a crime. Yeah, if you are supposed to be bringing billions of dollars to Ukraine and you want to hold it up as a bait, carrot on a stick, to make sure somebody is removed because they may end up coming for my son, yeah, that's fraud. It ain't personal now. You're about to hurt a whole company of people. Now, honestly speaking, we don't need to be giving a lot of money to anybody. That's one of the things that I did agree with Trump. We send all these foreign aids out to somebody, and that's fine, but make sure your people are taken care of first, then you send the extra. Greene previously signaled last week that she would introduce an article of impeachment against Biden on the day of his inauguration. Now, you notice something that didn't make headlines? It's, maybe so. I haven't seen it. But here's my take on it. She's a QAnon nutcase anyway. They're going to be doing stuff like that. And as more get into Congress, they're going to be doing more stupid stuff like this. This is stupid. If you're going to get the guy, get him on something. I said the same thing about Trump. If you're going to get Trump on something, get him on something. Not that Mammy Perry. Oh, Russia. Oh, he forced that man to give his son a job. Let's say he did. Is that a crime? Now, his son working for him, nepotism and favoritism. He looking for a job for his son? What parent don't want to do that? What parent say, look, your Uncle Jake needs some your Uncle Jake ain't got no dishwasher. You ain't got no job. He needs some dishes to wash. You get your behind down there and wash the dishes. I talked to Jake. He expected that first thing in the morning. What do you expect to happen? Your butt need to be over there at Jake's. That's a mother taking care of her son because she loves him. That's a father taking care of his son alone. Now, if she held Jake up with a gun and said, look at Jake, Negro, if you don't give my son a job, I'm going to come back and I'm shutting all this stuff down. Now, that's a crime. Biden has denied making any policy decision toward Ukraine. Yes, come on, Biden. You did. You did threaten the Ukrainian government to not send billions. We got it on tape. You bragged about it in the Foreign Relations Summit. We got it on tape. And folks, I don't tell you stuff unless I can back it up. You can look it up on YouTube if they haven't pulled it down. I got it here in my library, but I ain't looking for it. We got it on tape talking about, we got the money, and but you still got that prosecutor working. And as long as he working, you can't get this money. Well, first of all, number one, Joe Biden, it ain't your money to give anyway. It's our money. Number two, if we decided we want to do something for the people of Ukraine, then why are you playing games with the lives of the people over there? In that instant, he did abuse his power. You want him removed because it's going to lead to your son, and it would embarrass you because your son is an embarrassment. Oh, he's an embarrassment. An investigation by Senate Republicans last year into corruption allegations against the Bidens found no evidence of wrongdoing by the current president. Of course, they're going to cover up for Biden because Biden is one of them. He's a conservative Republican with a D on his chest. He's a poser and a faker. He's not really a Democrat. He's a Republican in the Democratic Party. An investigation by the report released last September also did not find evidence that Hunter Biden's work for the Ukrainian company Burisma influenced U.S. foreign policy. No, they just gave him a job because they have direct connection to Daddy through him. He is the liaison. He is the pop blocker, whatever you want to say. He is the go-between. He is the intercessor. He's the intervener. House Democrats have yet to formally send the articles of impeachment against Trump over his role in January 6th attack on Capitol to the Senate for trial. I ain't got my hope in that either. They always disappoint us when they try to do stuff like that. So I'm not even holding my breath. I'm going to breathe like Tony Braxton. Senate Democrat leader Charles Schumer, Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell are still working out the power sharing agreement in the chamber that's now evenly divided by the party. It's not evenly divided. The only reason they say that is because there's two independents that caucuses with the Democrat. But if those people are principled and very strong on their views, they're going to be time they're going to buck up against both on a policy. So you can't say the Democrats won the House won the Senate. They didn't. They got more seats. And now there's a closer chance to getting things done because you got independents that caucuses with the Democrats, and then you got a VP that's supposed to be a Democrat. Nancy Pelosi indicated Thursday that the House is waiting for Schumer and McConnell to hash out agreement. Blah blah blah. This got to do with this shared power agreement in the Senate. Now look, guys, I'm done with this particular Rob report. Look, not for nothing. Not a fan of Joe Biden. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. Hunter Biden. You know, he got kicked out of the Navy. Dope. Can't keep a good job. Booger sugar. Left his wife, booger sugar. Why? Booger sugar took him away from his wife and kids. Booger sugar with a bunch of nasty hoes got him away. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sex workers. Booger sugaring with a bunch of sex workers, spending all his family money, his wife's money, his kids' money needed for child support payment and alimony, or spousal support. He's spending on these prostitutes. He's spending on all these sex workers. And snorting that booger sugar. Here's the deal, and I'm done. There's nothing wrong with Joe Biden. If Joe Biden went to the Ukrainian guy and said, look, my son need a job, anybody hiring over here, that's what he's supposed to do. Your mama do that with you. When she know your butt need a job, she's out there and she at the grocery store, everywhere, seeing if they got a job because your butt need to go to work. No different. Now, if he said, look, if you don't get my son a job, you ain't gonna get no aid from us, that's the misuse of power. You gotta have evidence of that. You gotta have evidence of that. If you are going around, if the guy came and said, look, I'm going to give your son a job. I heard he was on that booger sugar and I heard he broke and I heard he needs some money. He can come work for us. Of course he got a motive. He want to get inside with Joe. All right, having a motive to get connections with these people in power, that's not illegal. Now, saying we got pictures of your son and we got pictures of you and your son butt naked on a whole bunch of coke, and we're going to release it if we don't get the money that we need, that's a different story. But that's not this story. You cannot fire somebody or you'll be horribly wrong and horribly a person of integrity if you're trying to impeach somebody because they got their son a job. Now, if he threatens somebody to get his son the job, impeach him. If he blackmail him to get, impeach him. From this day forward, any politician planning on doing an articles of impeachment, you need to stop doing that on Man Be Payment. I didn't like the way his smart fart smell. I didn't like the fact that I went to the bathroom, lifted up the toilet, and I got to see his doo-doo in the toilet. He need to be impeached. Y'all impeach somebody on anything. Anything. I want him impeached. I don't like the fact that his nails grow faster than mine. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. They got the nerve to try to impeach Joe Biden on day 2. Article impeachment. Boy, boy, it's going to be a fun 2 years to do political commentary on. I'm telling you, this is going to be good. You got one bigot out, another bigot in, and the problem is most black people think that the other bigot that's in really, really going to have their back when he, just like his predecessor and his friend and his partner, going to do anything and everything for other people but black people. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.